Growing up, I made one promise to myself: my child would never experience the pain I lived with. I grew up without a father. I know what it feels like to watch other children holding their dad's hands while you wonder why yours never came. I carried that emptiness for years, and I swore that when I became a father, my child would never have to ask where dad was. When I was 22, I met an amazing girl in school. We studied together, became friends, fell in love, and dated for 2 years. Eventually, we got engaged. 6 months later, she told me she was pregnant. I was overjoyed. I believed my dream of giving my child the loving family I never had was finally coming true. When the baby was born, I loved that little child with all my heart. Every diaper I changed, every sleepless night, every smile reminded me why I made that promise years ago. I wanted to be the father I never had. But after a while, something changed. The woman I loved became distant. She no longer looked at me the same way. Our conversations became shorter, and the affection we once shared slowly disappeared. One day I asked her, "Babe, what's wrong?" She replied, "Nothing." I said, "You've changed. You don't spend time with me anymore. We don't even have the closeness we used to." She insisted everything was fine. Because I loved her, I believed her. I convinced myself she was simply exhausted from taking care of the baby. Then strange things started happening. Almost every night, after I fell asleep, she would quietly leave our bedroom and go into the living room to answer phone calls. My heart became restless. One day, while she was away, I unlocked her phone. What I saw shattered my world. She had been secretly talking to another man. The messages weren't just friendly conversations. The man kept saying, "If you don't return my child to me, I'll expose everything." She replied, "Please wait. It's not the right time." Then I saw the words that completely destroyed me: "I wish I had married you. I'm only staying with this man for now." My hands started shaking. That was when I discovered the truth. Throughout the entire time she and I were dating, she was also secretly in a relationship with another man. While I was faithfully building a future with her, she was living a double life. Unknown to me, she became pregnant by the other man but allowed me to believe the baby was mine. She never told me the truth, and I happily prepared to become a father. From that day on, every time I looked at that little child, my heart was torn in two. Not because I stopped loving the child. I couldn't. That innocent child had done nothing wrong. The pain came from realizing that the family I had dreamed about since childhood had been built on a lie. I had loved that child as my own. I was there every single day because I never wanted that child to grow up feeling abandoned the way I did. Eventually, our relationship fell apart. When I confronted her with the messages, she denied everything. She said I misunderstood. She said none of it was true. But the doubts refused to leave my mind. Finally, we went to court and agreed to take a DNA test. I prayed with everything inside me that the results would prove I was the father. Days later, the results came back. I wasn't. In that moment, it felt like my entire world collapsed. The child I had loved with all my heart wasn't biologically mine. The woman I trusted most had lied to me for years. Today, she is asking me to forgive her and continue the relationship. But my heart is broken. I still love that innocent child. I still remember the promise I made to myself as a little boy. But I don't know if I can ever trust her again. So I'm asking you. If you were in my shoes, what would you do? Would you stay, or would you walk away? If you enjoy emotional stories like this, please subscribe to our YouTube channel for more.